I just released a video earlier today about Rooster Teeth and Vicious Circle, their recent game, which came out about a month ago, not even a month, about 3 weeks or so. And the game already seems to be completely a ghost town. The player base is non-existent for the most part. The other day, there was only 2 people online playing it, and the peak for that day was like 8 players. So that game's not going well. But you know what? Today there's a post from Rooster Teeth from Matt, and it's not just Vicious Circle that's not going well for Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth announces today, and we're going to take a look at the post, they are laying off approximately 13% of their overall team, reducing the size of our team by approximately 13%. Again, we're going to take a look in a moment. But this is not necessarily good news. I know a lot of you guys don't like Rooster Teeth, and I personally am not happy with the way that their company has been going, the direction that they've been going. But that said, I do definitely think that there are good people there. I know there are. I know some of the people working there. I'm sure there are plenty that I don't know that are also good people. So, man, it's just unfortunate to me that you see the good people getting taken out. That 13%, I doubt that's upper management leaving. Doubt that. It's probably the small guys. Now, I could be wrong about this. Maybe someone in upper management is leaving. There's rumors of certain upper management that may have left months ago. Rumors. But now we got 13% more. And, you know, on one hand, I am happy because RT, in my opinion, has been getting more corrupt. And I am enjoying watching the continued downfall of RT throughout 2019. Don't like the direction they're going. I really don't. And their VAs who are attacking the fans, and RT is doing absolutely nothing about that. I mean, you know, it's karma in a way. But again, I want to emphasize the point that I do feel bad about the good people. So let's take a look at this post, and we'll get started. Welcome back. Here we are, the post from Rooster Teeth. It reads, Rooster Teeth changes and looking ahead. Today has been a difficult day here. I wanted to share with you all the note that I sent to our staff earlier. We appreciate your continued support for everyone at Rooster Teeth and everyone who is moving on today. And actually, hold up. Let me, there we go. Okay. Hello, everyone. Today has been a tough day at Rooster Teeth and is unlike any other moment of organizational change we have experienced together. As we looked ahead at all of our upcoming opportunities and challenges, we had to make some difficult decisions about how we are organized. Unfortunately, this meant that earlier today, we reduced the size of our team by approximately 13% overall. That's huge. Oh my gosh. Some estimate that number is around 50 people laid off or so. It's an estimation. But continuing on, they say, this decision is not reflective of anyone's individual performance, and we're thankful for all that our former colleagues have contributed. We will be doing everything we can to ease their transition, including helping them find their next opportunities. As discussed during your department meetings, our managers have adjusted their teams to meet the needs of our future. Well, if the needs of their future are 13% less people on the team, I imagine the future prospects are not so bright, in my opinion. Continuing on, they say, our industry is evolving rapidly, and we have to evolve with it if we want to succeed. As we begin a new chapter, we have the opportunity to focus on what we do best, creating great content for our community and partners, supported by key lines of business, including advertising, distribution, memberships, events, and e-commerce. We've accomplished a lot this year already. Genlock and Immersion have been debuted successfully on TV. Well, if it's so successful, why 13% people being... You know what I mean? It's just... And I want to emphasize the point that I'm not necessarily happy about this. I mean, as I already discussed, part of me is amused. Absolutely, I'm amused. I like seeing the failings of a corporation that in my opinion, is becoming more and more corrupt. It's nice seeing that not succeed. It's nice seeing a company that interjects politics in their entertainment and tries to use their audience as a tool for them to push an agenda on fail. I don't want to see that succeed. I would like to see that fail. That said, there are innocent people working at Rooster Teeth that are getting caught in the crossfire for whatever reason they ended up there. Maybe they just ended up there. Maybe they thought Rooster Teeth was different and they wanted to work there for years and years and years. They ended up there and it's not what they expected. Whatever the case, my heart absolutely goes out To the people that are being laid off and to their families, I hope it works out to them. Absolutely. I do feel bad for those people. But Rooster Teeth as a whole, man, I wish that they could do things differently and just like fix the problems going on. But it seems like they don't want to. They have never addressed the criticism with the price going up. They, at least as far as I know, they haven't addressed that criticism. They haven't addressed other criticism. And now they just lay off 13%, just like that. If things are wrong with you guys and you guys are getting criticism, maybe be more transparent about it. You're not being transparent, and now we have bad news coming out all throughout 2019. And now this is maybe the worst news you guys have in 2019. Maybe. I mean, you have all kinds of bad news in 2019. This might be the worst, though. It probably is. And this might just be the beginning of the downfall, too. To be fair, the beginning probably started a long time ago. But this might be, the big next step. Enough rambling, though. Let's get back to the write-up. So they say, as we begin a new chapter, we have the opportunity to focus on what we do best. We got that, actually. Let's go a little further. We can look forward to more success along this path, continuing to grow our relationships within Warner Media. Oh, great. Yeah. That hasn't been going so well, in my opinion. It's probably going really well for upper management. Guys are getting big paychecks with that partnership. What about the 13% that just got let go? So they say Warner Media family and beyond, and finding new platforms where we can continue our pioneering creative work in gaming, animation, and comedy. With many teams moving to new office space tomorrow, we will meet briefly on Monday to discuss these changes further. I look forward to seeing you, as I always find renewed confidence, optimism, and excitement in our mission when we come together as a team. Finally, I want to wish all our former coworkers the very best. We're thankful for the passion and creativity that they brought to Rooster Teeth and grateful for the friendships we formed. I have been fortunate to work closely with many of those leaving today, and I'm sad to say goodbye, but also incredibly proud of what we accomplished together. Now, let me just throw a hypothetical out there. Hypothetically, what if they didn't let 13% of the team go and they got rid of some upper management instead? Got some new people in there, some new restructuring. What I see is to me, this is not restructuring. To me, this is cutting costs. It's cutting costs. I bet you some of that 13% that are leaving, I bet you there were some very good employees there. I really don't think this is going to be a good change for Rooster Teeth. We'll find out. What I'm getting at is, although this might save Rooster Teeth some money, I'm skeptical that this is going to make enough fundamental changes to their company that they're not going to have these issues anymore. I mean, they've had so many issues in 2019, and as we've already discussed, so many issues from the fans even that they just won't address. Will this 13% cut change that? Highly doubt it. Let's take a look at what Reddit's saying. A post only from about 10 minutes ago, so not too many comments yet. Rooster Teeth cuts 13% of staff, laying off about 50. The comments read, oof. Well, ain't that a B? Getting downsized for whatever reason generally sucks. Hopefully the memo is correct, and some connections will be bold to help staff get into roles elsewhere. Do you really think they're going to follow through with that? I hope they do. I'm skeptical, very skeptical. I do hope that this doesn't rock the boat too much, though we'll just have to wait and see who is impacted, and that it isn't indicative of anything larger. If you don't think this is indicative of anything larger, you must have been living under a rock for all of 2019. This is not the first bad thing that's happened to RT in 2019. This is like pushing number 10. There's like so many different things. So they continue to write, which, yes, we were told to take off our tinfoil hats during the larger restructuring across companies last year. And again, you're seemingly ignoring everything that RT had done in 2019 so far, but okay. Some other user writes, who knew that huge vein money pit movies and games may be... Oh, excuse me, let me redo that. This is a good comment. Let me redo that. Gotta read it properly. Who knew that huge vein money pit movies and games made by near amateurs with good money and bad ideas could sink an otherwise successful company? Aside from anyone in the entertainment industry you'd care to ask. I mean, that's a good one. And finally, one way of not paying your employees overtime. Oh my gosh, yeah. What about that, right? What about that? I wonder how many of these animators were the crunch time ones. Get used, man. It's debatable because in the contract they may have stated that you're not going to get paid overtime. But still, to be issuing such terrible contracts to people that would be working for you is pretty scummy as well. So that doesn't even make it right. What's funny is I've been sitting here all of 2019, and I'm not like the end all. I'm just a little YouTuber here, but I've been sitting here all of 2019, 8 months, man, telling Rooster Teeth telling Rooster Teeth what they can do, giving them advice on things that they could do, they completely ignore my advice. And you know what? I'm not saying that if they listened, this wouldn't have happened, because clearly I don't have that much of an impact. But I was giving them some good advice, in my opinion. And they don't listen to my advice. They don't listen to the fans' advice. They don't listen to what you guys care about. And that's why I think my advice is at least decent. I'm not saying it's wonderful. I'm not saying it will be so impactful. But I'm sitting here listening to you guys. And you know what? I am like you guys as well. I was a fan of Rooster Teeth. I liked RWBY. I still do a little bit. Not nearly as much, and I'm honestly thinking Volume 7 is going to be trash. I see who they got writing on there now. It's the writer, man. Oh boy, one of the new writers they got. Oh, we can't even talk about that right now. We'll go down a whole rabbit hole. But you look at the kind of content this new writer posts on her social media and stuff like that, and you're going to be very scared for Volume 7. If you don't know what I'm talking about already, I'll probably cover that in a video. But the point is, we the fans, or if we're not fans anymore, we used to be, the point is the same. We have been telling Rooster Teeth what we want, giving them advice, giving them suggestions, because at the end of the day, we're the one that supports their business. And you can see here, as they continue to diminish the goodwill of their community, continue to diminish the favor that we used to have or still have, if we have any left, for their company, now they have to get rid of 13% of staff. So it's just very telling. We got one more post to take a look at here. Well, that post doesn't really say anything new. There's not many comments. As you've seen, this is pretty recent news. That post is only from 2 hours ago, and the Reddit posts are from even less because, well, people just saw the Rooster Teeth post from 2 hours ago. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start wrapping this video up and get it uploaded ASAP, get this news out there. I would like to give a shout out to the wonderful people who helped promote my last video on Twitter. And if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. But shouts out to DXDKJ Ambi-Pass Studios, The Lancaster Kid, Mr. Anime343, John Edwards, Coden X, Random Fandom, and Cameron Strife. Cameron Strife. Reminds me of Cloud a little bit, but hey, that's some cool stuff. So thank you guys very much for sharing that video. It's the one from this morning, the Rooster Teeth one. Now we got another Rooster Teeth video. Didn't plan on 2 today. Funny how that worked out. But I hope you enjoy this stuff. Please share this one too. Let's get the news out there. Let's showcase why it's a bad idea to do what Rooster Teeth has done. Not listen to your community, not listen to criticism, or at least acknowledge it. Maybe they listen, but we have no indication if they do when they completely ignore us. I'll keep covering this as long as the news continues to flow out, and so far, man, 2019's been crazy for RT. Doesn't look like it's going to slow down. I will keep you updated on all of that. Be sure you are subscribed and have notifications on, and if you are subscribed, double check, because YouTube unsubs people. It's pretty weird. With that all said, if you want to support the channel, we have links in the description to Patreon, to PayPal, Streamlabs, and to Teespring. We got our merch store there, and from now until next Monday, the 16th, I will be putting all profits from the ISWV sales into the Vic Mignana GoFundMe. So also consider that. With that said, though, I'll be wrapping this video up. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.